Hello everyone and welcome to Livestream. So let me quickly share the stream with you guys on Discord and then we can begin. Okay, so I'm sending the message to Discord. Hello everyone. And right, I still need to check some settings, apologies. Right. Right. Oh, hi Marpos. Nice to have you here. Right, yeah, so I saw your message yesterday. This time I'm planning to inform you ahead of time. And yeah, so as you know, I have a little bit more of a new stream layout. Maybe you could give me some feedback. I'm trying to have a more like a, code and chill or code and backtest type of, environment, so I can actually focus on my work. And I was thinking, while I'm working, why not share my, work with you guys? So this is a bit more focused on me and my work. So I'm gonna show you guys how I backtest in my free time and how I trade my free time. And I think it might be more entertaining for you guys simply to watch rather than me trying to explain everything, trying to teach. So let me know about that new format, whether the music might be too loud or not, and what type of music you'd like, and also yeah, so anything that helps you, I appreciate your feedback. So for today, I believe that we will just quickly review our trade yesterday. So yeah, I was actually very tired in the morning, and it was very stupid of me. I accidentally entered a short position in the long one. It sounds very stupid, but I fixed that, and today we are officially long on Bitcoin. So we are long 0.1 contracts. And with that, we're just going to hold it for 1 month. And in the meantime, let's just, go back to our Jupyter notebook and start backtesting, right? So I'm just going to open my IDE and we are going to proceed with ATJ Algo Trading Edu, right? So this you can find on my GitHub page. So everything I'm going to code here will be available online. And let's create a new folder for October, because now it's October and it's a new month. All right, so the folder name is 2024 10 Oct. Right, thanks for music. Thanks for feedback on the music. Okay, so a new folder has been created and we are going to create another folder, which is 224 10 01, because today is the 1st of October. All right, so today I'm going to review some of my old backtests and maybe, try to find some other trading opportunities. Of course, the US monitoring bot is still running, but for some reason, I believe that it hasn't opened any trades for past week. It is possible that, the market conditions are not right and the trading bot did not decide to open a trade. And when I check here, right, we see that the trading bot is still running. And yeah, so we're just waiting. So last time the US 100 bot opened a trade was on the 16th of, oh, actually no, on the 25th of September. So it was not, it was, yeah, maybe like 5 days. 5 days hadn't opened anything, but now, we are long on the Bitcoin trade, and this is now going on. So I believe in the last stream when we were doing the what is the account dashboard application, or no, the market analysis dashboard application, right? I believe that we can find this app in no, this is a Monte Carlo app, and here's the market analysis dashboard. So I think what we can do is we can actually copy this dashboard into our project folder, because this one we're going to use more frequently. So we're going to copy that here, and we're going to run this app also here. So we are now running this app, and okay, so here we are. So here's our market analysis dashboard. This is, our BTC trade, and maybe, to look for new opportunities. I still want to go with the same methodology. I'm interested in, symbols when it's a good time to, buy and sell. And let's just, go through some symbols and see how it goes. And what we can also do is, we can just create a spreadsheet, right? So let's create a spreadsheet and do symbols one by one. So this is a bit more of a manual labor, right? So right now we're just looking, for something interesting, right? So we don't know what's interesting. Once we find something that's interesting, we can jump back to our Jupyter notebook and start backtesting. So here we can just add a symbol and maybe some note, right? This is all that we need for today. We will just go through some symbols and then analyze it node by node. Okay, I think this is fine. Okay, I think we should start with some Forex, right? Maybe last time, one of my subscribers, they recommended XUSD, and we found something interesting there. So today we will just write it down. I think let's try some indices. The S&P 500. What else is interesting for us? Maybe some stocks. Tesla, Nvidia, Apple. I'm very interested in the tech stocks, how they perform. Maybe look at some correlation between Bitcoin and Ethereum. And yeah, let's just start like that. I'm not sure if I think that's it. So let's just start with EURUSD. Okay, EURUSD. For past 10 years has been increasing in December, right? You can see that right here. 2014 and 2016 it was dropping, but 10 out of 12 years were in profit in December on EURUSD. So maybe let's just type December per long. I mean, it could be chance, right? maybe there is some pattern behind it. And because USD JPY is also a USD pair correlated with Euro USD, we see the drop, on the USD JPY here. So we see some correlation there. So it must be related, with the US dollar most likely. So here we can just write December short. It's like very interesting, right? Like I came up with this idea, what months of, during the year things tend to, increase and fall, and there may be like multiple factors, which of course I don't know what it is, but just looking for the correlations is something we can start with. And I think, yeah, in XUSD, which is also, correlated with the US dollar, Euro USD, also has been showing tendency to go long. So all of these, right, are correlated with the US dollars, and I would consider it as the same trade essentially. And so here we have December long. And let's look at the stock market now, right? So we do the E40. The German stock market, here we see that it tends to increase actually in November, right? So this is something new, and this would be very interesting. Shimozilla asks, hey TJ, could you find a test multi strategy ML AI auto optimizer? I believe, yeah, I could, but I think the main methodology, how I find strategies is I actually look at the market and try to find, something interesting, right? So I always build my hypothesis on some observations, right? Maybe find some correlation when things are, tend to rise and increase. And then I use my, backtesting to actually confirm that the hypothesis is true. And after that, I write a trading bot based on that backtest, or if it's like a long time frame. So as you can see, we are now trading a little bit higher time frame. We can simply just enter trade manually because the trade is lasting for a month to 3 months, and I think there is no need to write a bot for that. And so maybe sorry to disappoint you. So currently I'm just trying to find something myself, and I think the beauty in trading is you could maybe try to code something that always finds something for you. But the beauty in trading is that it is nice to have your own ideas, right? And with your own ideas, you just use your other skills such as backtesting and writing trading bot, which is the satisfying part, getting it to trade live. But yeah, hopefully I answered your question, and maybe in the future we can find maybe what you're referring to is maybe we can write an app, that is going through all these symbols one by one automatically, and maybe, create an alert that, for example, November is a good one for us. And yeah, so yeah, a lot of things to think about. Okay, yeah. So we left off, on the German stock index. Here we see a long opportunity in November. Shimas again, do big scale companies work like that or most part manual? I think that depends on the company, right? So some train companies, they trade manual only, right? I've been working for some train companies, and I've seen them how they work. And I think it always depends on the company. So some companies, they're purely algorithmic. Some companies, they only have manual traders. Some companies specialize in different markets, right? So I think you will find a lot of variety in the way trading companies operate. And right now I don't work for any company anymore. So now I'm just having my own company, ATJ Traders, and we're trying to trade alone, with some of my colleagues that are working on the project with me, and we're sort of trying to trade like what's available to retail. So we're working retail brokerages, so there is nothing proprietary going on our side. And yeah, thank you. So so this is the way I trade now. So US 500. Oh, it's not December, actually November is long, And let's go to US 500. Yeah, so it seems that there is some correlation between stock indices, right? So another, we have a correlated basket. Here we have FX, or more like this is USD, right? So maybe I can just color that. This is our USB package. And here it seems that stock indices tend to rise in November. So this is something that's also very interesting for us. Maybe we could use that somehow in November, because November is in 1 month, right? So potentially we have some trading opportunity coming soon. And also maybe we could start in October, but it doesn't look, that persuasive. Maybe let's go back to the E40 and see what we see here, right? So yeah, so I don't think that October is very strong to us. Compared to Bitcoin, that is currently showing in October, right? We see a very strong uptrend here. So yeah, so I think we stick to November, and yeah, let's actually jump to Ethereum USD, because we've made an analysis on BTC USD. Probably Ethereum USD will also be very correlated with Bitcoin, and maybe if you wanted to go long on Ethereum in October, we could. So this is a percentage increase, but maybe a big difference is that the average gain is not that large, right? So Ethereum tends to have bigger volatility at the start of the year. Very interesting. And let's split this app, right? What we can do is, and it's very nice, we can just split this app and see how compare maybe Ethereum Bitcoin. So see that, right? So what's also important for us is not just how many months are in profit, but also the scale, or the size of it, right? So on Bitcoin, the biggest size gain was in October, right? We see that this is the maximum here, but here it's very small. So that is very interesting to see. And what we see is more of the volatility at the start of the year, and I wonder why. But that's still very interesting. So I think for Ethereum, I'm just gonna leave it blank because there's nothing interesting. Maybe December sounds interesting, but December also, if we look at the distribution of gains, we see that Ethereum had a main gain in 2017 and 2020. So these were one of the biggest bull months for the past 10 years, and then the remaining gains are pretty small or go in a loss. Whereas on Bitcoin we see a more even distribution on these gains. And yeah, so no comment. I think there's nothing to be found, and let's just proceed to the to some stocks. So let's look at some American stocks. So I forgot the tickers, the ticker names. Let's go to I wonder if I have to change the brokers. Yeah, Technologist account, there are no stocks. So for now, let's just skip that, and maybe we'll proceed to stock some other time. I'm just gonna leave this out, and Ethereum, there's nothing interesting. And today we have 5 symbols that we can have a look at and run our backtest. Right, so this is what we have now, and let's open our IDE. And here, what we have here is, let's run a few backtests and see how the strategy performs over the past 10 years. So here we have, let's open the stream folder for today. So this is October, and this is actually a good opportunity to actually show you my new package, right? So yesterday I streamed live and I mentioned that there is a new ATJ trading package on PyPy. So for those of you who don't want to copy the entire project, right? Where I have all the backtesting libraries, all the algo trading libraries for MT5, you can simply do pip install ATJ algo trading, right? So pip install ATJ algo trading. And what it does is it will install all the available packages, and in my case it's already installed. We can do something like from ATJ algo trading dot backtester, right? So this is the same package that we've created before, but now it's just available on PyPy and it's available from a default import. We can import our backtester. We can import get OHLC history and so on and so on. And maybe, I think I already started with the documentation, but I think it requires a lot of work. So I think I'm considering making a video tutorial for you guys, so you guys can have a quick, start into this new package. And I think because this is open source, we can work on it together, and hopefully we'll build something, that will be very meaningful in the future. And as you know, I'm working with it myself, so I think you guys might, find some value in that. So you guys let me know. Uh, I think I'm gonna add it into the chat. So if you want to check it out, feel free to check it out. You can find it on PyPy ATJ Algo Trading. Hopefully it is already indexed on Google search engine. And let's just go to PyPy and just type ATJ Algo Trading, and then you'll find it here. Right, and the current version is 007, so just type this thing here, and you can start here. And if you're interested in the GitHub repository, right, so as I said, it's open source, the code is available to everyone. Just go to the GitHub page and feel free to contribute, right, test it out. I'm very happy to work with it with you guys. Right here I started a very simple documentation, and the SRC folder you will find a very simple sample files with the tutorials, right? So it's a sample backtest, how to use the algo trading lib with some testing notebook, right? So here in this notebook, it's a simple backtest USD JPY using Bollinger Bands, and here we have some simple strategy defined with the backtester class, that is running a backtest, and then doing some PNL plot charts. There's still a lot of work to do. It's definitely not something that I could sell. Of course, I'm not gonna sell it. This is, as I said, going to be open source. But yeah, we have a long way to go, guys, and I'm happy to share it with you. And the more people use it, the happier I am, and the more I'm motivated to work on these things with you. All right, so back to package. Here I'm importing these things, and I think we should actually just copy something from our templates. So maybe what I should be doing is create a template folder, because every single time I start a backtest, what I'm doing is I'm just copying some old, backtest files, and then I'm just using that as a template. So I think let's just look at some. I think the second stream should have some. Yeah, here is some backtest template, right? If you look at this. This is a template using the backtester. So what I'm going to do is maybe let's just create a template folder, right? And then next time we are going to stream or create some backtest, I can just copy it from here. So here we have our backtest template, which I'm going to just copy here. All right, so I'm going to add that. I can delete this because I just created my template. And of course, now we are not using ATJ trading anymore, but because we're using our public available package, it's called ATJ Algo Trading. So this is just a quick change for you guys. So I'm also going to change that here, and now it should be working. Okay, so what was our last idea? So here we have EURUSD December long, right? So let's have a look at December. Here we run USD, and let's backtest for the past 10 years, right? So here we do minus time delta days is equal to 365 times 10, which is 10 years. And we are backtesting on the D1 time frame. Thank you, Marpos, for supporting the channel. That's very nice of you. So we won't need the SMA in this case. We are just backtesting on the D1 time frame, and we won't need any indicators in this case. So let's run this. This app will connect again to our MT5 platform that is currently open. So we're using our Tickmill live trading account. And yeah, I forgot a bracket here. Nice. So here we have our OHSC data, and let's create our signal function. Or actually, no, we don't need a signal function. We can just create the function here. And so, what is the strategy logic for Euro USD? It is just to buy in December, sell it on the New Year's, after New Year's in January. So in our backtest, let's backtest with 1,000 US dollars volume. And so our what we'll need is we'll need to compute the month column actually, right? So if we want to open December, we need to know it's December. So OHLC month, we're computing the month column is equal to OHLC time dot dt dot month, right? So this is what the data frame looks like now, and if I run this again, all right, I displayed the OHLC before that. I should do it after. So after computing month column, and let's look at this, right? Now we have the month column here. So if it's 10, it's October. If it's 9, September, and so on. So we want to buy, right? We want to buy when the month is equal to 10, and also no open trades are open yet, right? So this allows us to only have one trade open at any point in time. We are not selling in this case, and we sell when it's January, right? So if there are open trades and data month is equal to 1, actually, yeah, 1. So we open in, oh, sorry, it should be December, right? We buy in December and then we sell on the 1st of January. We don't need this condition. So this is our simple backtest on just longing Euro USD in December long, right? So this is going to be a trade that lasts 1 month, and we don't need this second condition here. So this is a very simple strategy, guys, right? So we're starting very simple, and I think starting off with simple strategies is definitely better than spending, ages on more difficult ones, because we can always build strategies based on some simple ideas and optimize that. Okay, so the commission on USD is $7 per 100,000 units. Exchange rate set to 1. These are just some basic backtest parameters. And so, what is the problem here? So HSC month has been computed. Let's run this again. Key error month. So the oh, I see the problem, because there is no month in our trade data frame which contains the list of all open close trades, but we are checking our historical OHLC data. So this was a silly mistake. So now all the trades have been generated, and here we see the P&L chart on our historical backtest. So yeah, it looks very interesting. So if we go one lot on USD for past 10 years, it would have generated 10,000 US dollars. I think there is one problem though with this backtester, and that is that we are not taking swaps into account, right? So if just a quick explanation. So on the Euro USD, right? If you buy the Euro USD, you will also be charged the swaps, right? And swap is basically just an adjustment whether you hold the position overnight. And if you buy USD and hold it overnight, you are paying 6 points or $6 per 100,000 units to keep the position open. And that is very common, with margin trading. On the other hand, right, if you hold the position short, so if you sell your USD, you will gain 2.88 points. So you will actually make money. It's sort of like passive income if you have it short, but on the other hand, you are still susceptible to, price movements. So if we hold it for 30 days, let's say, right? And so 30 days, 6 points, we hold one lot. So we would be actually charged 30 times 6, which is 180 US dollars per year. So if we multiply it by 10, we would actually be losing 1,800 US dollars on top of that. And I'm now thinking, should we? Yeah, I think we should implement Backtester. You know, I think in some version I already implemented that, but I want to keep the backtest simple. But now that we're trading very long time frames like D1, the swaps play a crucial role in that. And the thing is, swaps aren't always the same, right? They always are based on the interest rates of the of the central banks, right? So USD swap rates used to be a bit different, right? So the swap shore used to be, I remember, higher 1 or 2 years ago. I remember to see like 4 points short, and it could be difficult, right, to now backtest the strategy because we don't know what the interest rate were. Actually, we do, right, because it's public information, but we'd have to, go back, do some research, and then put it in the spreadsheet, and then we'd have to simulate the swap value for each individual day. And I think that could be a little bit complicated. So maybe what I suggest doing is we could do something like, a very simple backtest where we set the swap value to be static, and then eventually we could, do the swap values, dynamic based on each individual day. So, so yeah, so much about swaps. So now what we could do is, let's just go through some other symbols that we have here, and we want to back this USD JPY. And on USD JPY, because the USD is in the base currency, we want to short it, right? And so now instead of going buy, we go sell. And now because our notebook is done, we can just run it like this. Let me just rename that because this is not a template anymore. Let's just call it swing trades backtest, right? Right, I thought I reran this already. So this is what it looks like on the USD/JPY, and what we've forgotten is that USD/JPY has the profit currency in Japanese yen because the JPY is on the second half of the pair, and for that reason we have to adjust some settings in the backtester because now the profit currency is in US dollars, right? So we need to divide the profits or convert the Japanese profits to US dollars. So we do 1 divided by 150, right? I'm just using 150 as a static exchange rate throughout the 10 years. And again, this is something that the backtester is not doing yet. So we're using static exchange rates. And let's rerun this. Time to run our music again. Maybe I should put in a loop. All right. So now we rerun the backtest, and we see that the EURUSD chart looked actually much nicer, right? Because on the USD JPY we see the profits being mainly in the past 2 years, and actually what I prefer doing is let's just separate these files into individual symbols so we can compare which one looks better for us. So use the JPY, and then we wanted to make another one for I believe it was XUSD, right? Because it's also correlated to the USD. So now we have so this is Euro USD. This is Euro USD. We're running the backs for USD. Here we're buying. On USD JPY we are selling, and on this is XUSD we are buying again, if I remember correctly. So here we buy, And yeah, in this case on XUSD, we don't need to change the exchange rate because the profit is already in USD. And here we don't have to exchange anything either. So let's just run all the backtests. So let me just close some windows and just keep the 3 windows open that are now important to us. Okay, so Euro USD, let's run the backtest. USD JPY, let's run the backtest. XUSD, let's run the backtest. Hello Timothy, nice to see you on the stream. Are you going to do this every day? Yeah, recently, at the start of the stream, I mentioned that, I focus a lot on teaching and explaining everything to you guys, and I felt that I was a bit compromising my own work, right? Because I'm still enjoying the actual trading. So I was thinking maybe we could, balance that out, that I could, stream more and show you guys how I work, how I backtest, and then as a result, you guys see more of the trading, which is also, good for you guys. And then maybe, dedicate 1 or 2 days in a week to actually teach you guys, right? So I promise that I'm still working on the course, that I'm, working on the, basic Python course, algo trading, backtesting, trading bot development. So all of that is in process, but, maybe I should slow that down, work on the trading. And I think this is in general more exciting for everyone, yeah, to see how I work and, explain, what's more important for me. Because of course I could teach you how to do simple moving averages, Bollinger Bands, compute those simple indicators, but at the end of the day I think it's not as exciting because it's I would say common knowledge, and you don't want to just code simple strategies. And so I'm going to again work on something that I am interested in, analyzing things that I think have some value. Ignore everything what you say, like in a good way, where I just in the zone and focus on what I'm doing for my trading. So I would say that tomorrow I will stream again, right? So I think usually like 1 p.m. GMT +2. So I started streaming about 1/2 hour or 1 hour ago. Is a good time for me. And yeah, so whenever I have nothing to say, and I have no more topics, that I can think of, we can just go back to backtesting, look for some market opportunities, review some trades. And this is, something new that I like to experiment with. And so you guys are not bored too much. I added some music. Hopefully it's okay with you guys. And me, myself, I like it. So if it helps to focus me, I think that's good for everyone. Okay, I ran backtest on 3 USD pairs. So XUSD, very interesting, right? So the first 2 years were not that nice, but then we see a very consistent increase in profits. The USD JPY was not that nice either because we see the main profits coming, for the past 2 years. And then EURUSD backtest actually look the best, right? So we see some consistent profits on EURUSD. So I do think that EURUSD shows, the most promising results. All right. Let's do lowercase so it looks the same. And I think let's now proceed with the backtest on, the stock indices. So let's do DE40 and US 500. And I think that should be it for our today's analysis. And then we could proceed to coding a trading bot, right? So have a bit of everything, on the live stream. So, so we do DE40 backtest. And because this is just template and I need it, let's just rename this. And this is going to be our US 500 backtest. Now I would assume having 6,000 US dollars worth of Bitcoin would cause bigger price swings. But now it seems that Bitcoin is not very volatile. If you look yesterday, right? Yesterday we had a very sharp drop in Bitcoin, about 2,500 points. It dropped. And today, yeah, the volatility is quite low, but we have an entire month, right? Who knows where it's going after a month. And the good thing is, we see an uptrend, so hopefully maybe that aligns with our strategy, to go long now. But this is just a hypothesis. Usually I don't allow, technical analysis to influence my backtesting analysis, right? So when it comes to technical analysis, because when I started out, I used to be a manual trader, and I was learning all these. I don't want to offend anyone, but it was, in my opinion, now it's like nonsense. Learning like trend lines, support resistance, and so on. I do think they have some meaning, but when I started out, you could draw these lines anywhere, and then I found myself being very subjective how I draw these lines. So I eventually decided, let's just throw away everything I learned and start with the actual algorithmic trading, backtesting all the strategies. So everything I'm trading has actually been tested, right, on historical data. And this is why I have moved from manual trading to algorithmic trading. And because I've traded for so long, right? I see a chart, and then immediately I see I see uptrend, break of high, break of low. I can see the price action, but to this day I still don't know if what I'm seeing is just something I learned in the past, and now it's just screwing with my general analysis. And for a reason, I try not to let it influence what I've made. So the Bitcoin trade has been tested. I'm just purely speculating based on the backtest I made, and anything that happened before that or what I'm seeing with my own eyes on the chart does not influence my current decision making. So even if Bitcoin were to drop 50%, right, yeah, even 50%, I think I would just hold on to the loss, because yeah, this is how I've tested strategy. And if I want to change anything about strategy, I'd have to go back to my Jupyter notebook, do some new backtests, and only then I'm like allowed to change the strategy. So at least we are following the plan, and I think that's the nice thing. Hi Ganesh, nice to have you on the stream. Great to have you here. Okay, so we want to backtest the German stock index DE40. So let's run this. And oh, we wanted to change something, right? So when we made the analysis, we wanted to backtest the 40, and I think it was November long. Yes, so we're going long in November, and the same applies for US 500. So based on this analysis, we should be longing US stock indices or general global stock indices. So what we have to change here is, okay, November, we go long, close in December, and we're buying. So we do this for the 40, and we do the same for US 500. So here you have US 500, and again, November long, December we exit. We have to adjust the exchange rate commissions. So on the S&P 500, I think the spread is 2 points. So let's do that. And on the German stock index, the spread or the total commission is -1 usually, and we also have to remove the exchange rate because on the DAX we're actually working with euro now. Okay, of course the volume on the stock indices, we are not trading 100,000 units. Let's say we just open 10 units. I think that's a good volume already for us. And let's run this and see what the backtest looks like. Okay, so these are trades on the German stock index. So if we go long for the past years on the German stock index, we see that maybe the first year in 2020 or 19 to 2020, actually 2020, we had big profits. So here we had very good years in a row, and I feel like it's actually not that good, right? Because here we see that from 2016 to 2020, not much was going on, but we see a recent trend, and I think, and this is now my personal opinion, right? that recent data has more value than older data, right? So if you see a trend that now in November we see a tendency to rise, maybe that's a sign that we should also follow this trend. And let's have a look at US 500, how it looks here. And yeah, so the problem is that well, I think we shouldn't do static contracts because actually the price of indices tends to vary a lot, right? So for example, 2015 you have 2000, and then at the end of the year we have 5500. So instead, maybe we should change a backtest to invent a static amount, right? So for example, let's just have 10,000 US dollars invested, right? So to get the contract, we just divide it by the open price at the current day, and that way we always have 10,000 nominal in the volume. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that on the Euro USD as well. And maybe that's why, when I made the backtest, that the starting years were not as, prominent because the volume was too low. The German stock index price was much lower than it is now. Now we're at our all-time highs, and so the volume has to be adjusted. So we're adjusting it to 10,000 divided by the current market open. Okay, and I think I forgot to adjust that. Of course, we're supposed to buy, so we're buying the stock index in November, and now we see a much nicer curve. Great. So we see that the German stock index is performing slightly worse than the US 500, because still from 2015 to 2019, and this is 4 years, there is no significant increase in price, and that for me is a bit concerning. But on the other hand, we have very strong years, from 2020 until today. But on the US 500, we see a very consistent increase, and we can also see it like on the price action, right? If you look at this chart, right, we see a very steady increase, whereas on the German stock index we see very stronger price drops. And yeah, we all know that the S&P 500 has been performing better than the German stock index, and that is something we have to also take into consideration. But in generally, right, I still believe that going long on global stock indices in November is some potential trade setup that we could take in November. Again, no investment advice. I'm just trading my own money. You do you. Okay. So in total, so we have our USD basket, and also the problem is there's one thing, right? Because these three symbols are correlated with the US dollar, and this is the US 500, right, which is the US stock index. We are also having a correlation between this and this. And when EURUSD tends to fall, US 500, I believe, tends to rise. There's a negative correlation between the currency and the index. Oh, sorry, the other way around. So if the dollars increases, the stock index tends to fall. And maybe if you open TradingView, we can try to look at the correlation, right? So I think this is something that's interesting. And so let's open. I used this TradingView, now I don't use it anymore. So I'm just gonna sign in very quickly. So I signed in, and let's have a look at the S&P 500 on the TradingView chart. We can just look. Indices, yeah, indices here, cash. Let's use Vantage Markets. Okay, so here we have our S&P 500. Let's go to the I think weekly chart, so we can clearly see the long-term trend. And I think I will overlay this with the Euro USD, right? So, or we can actually use the dollar index, right? So we actually see the correlation between index and the stock index. So we see a negative correlation, right? So when the stock market is increasing, the US dollar index is decreasing. So we're talking about the currency. So weak currency, strong, higher price in the stock market. And what is very interesting, and this is something that now I'd like to discuss it with you guys, is that the strategy tells us to go long US 500, right? But it tells us to go long on USD, and going long USD means selling the US dollar, right? So again, USD is going down, US 5 is going up. So there is again some correlation with the USD, but luckily, right, this setup is done in November, and this setup is done December. So at least there is no, overlapping time risk, and for that reason we can. Yeah, Marpos, actually, yeah, we had the same idea. So thank you for that comment. On different months, I think it could work, and exactly, yeah. So because the times do not overlap, I think we could use this as a setup. So right. So I'm just writing that down, and again, so now we've done some analysis, so I think we can take a short break from some backtests, and then maybe we can continue maybe tomorrow. And guys, if you have some ideas that we could backtest, we could definitely do that. I think the question now is, now I'm working on a strategy that is a little bit more higher time frame, and I don't mind just clicking buy sell button once a month. But maybe just for demonstration purposes, I think it wouldn't hurt if we made a bot that would schedule a trade. I think this is something that we could do. So let's say we want to create a strategy that is going along on the US 500 in November. On the 1st of November, we're going long. So let's just create a string bot, and we could use it in the future, and maybe, it could do it for us. So I'm just going to create in a directory. So I'm going to create directory backtest. So in this directory, we're just going to put all our backtests that we've done today. And now we're going to create a trading bot, right? So this trading bot will schedule a trade for this, specific symbol they want to trade. So actually, because it's just a single file, let's just create a Python file. No need to make too many directories. Trading bot. And this again is a good opportunity for us to, work with our new package. And the only disadvantage is that before I could have just opened, my package and check the functions there. And because I didn't write the documentation, I can't check my own documentation. So this would help me as well. But let's just start. From ATJ Algo Trading, import send dot MT5 trade utils, import send market order to open the trade. Then we need to get positions, and I think we don't need more than that, and close positions, or all positions. This is fine. So this is required to open a trade. This is required to check the current status of open trades, and this is required just to close the position. So this is actually pretty simple. So now what I'm going to do is, I actually wanted, sorry guys, now I'm being confusing because there's so many things I actually wanted to do and improve it. Let's just, take a step back and go through some of my old code, right? So the ATJ electric lib, again, this is the thing that we've installed through PyPy with pip install. This is the code that we're working with, and the src folder, we have the section empty5 trade utils. And in this section, we have the functions, this is the send market order that we've imported. Then we have the close positions. We also have a modify stop loss and take profit, and we have get positions. And then what I was working on here, if you check it, I have a trading bot class, right? So I wanted also to make it simpler to write trading bots. And this trading bot class is able to, connect to the platform, check the bars, do the while loops, and so on. But I think we can still write it together for now. So we'll also be working on that to make it easier, and then we can just copy that layout and put it into our trading bot. So while we work on this, we can also work on the other things as well. Okay. First thing, we need to connect to MT5, right? If we want to trade. So we do MT5.initialize. And to do that, we need to import MetaTrader 5 as MT5. Then we'll need to log in to MT5 with our trading bot. And here, because I'm already connected, I don't want to change the credentials. I'm just going to leave that commented. So here we do MT5.login, where you pass in the login of the account, the password, and then the server. And then here we will specify the trading logic, so code the trading logic. And you know how I do things, I write a while loop. So here I will just use the trading allowed variable is equal to true. And then we do while trading allowed. Yeah, we will do something or do a trading logic, right? So in this loop, we are running the strategy. And now the logic for strategy is very simple. I should check, how to loop the Streamlabs music and or add more into the playlist, right? Currently my playlist is only 21 minutes. If you have any song requests, let me know, but Streamlabs is also a bit limited. But anyway, let's get back to coding. While trading allowed, pass. So what do you want to check? I think what helps is writing down what we need to do in the first place. So what do you want to do? Open a long position on US 500 on the 1st of November and close it on the 1st of December. That's it. So it's not that difficult, is it? Okay, so from time import sleep. So we have a sleep function. I just like to do it because I don't like to overload my PCs, because if I just do a while loop and then I have 10 scripts running with a while loop and they all check stuff, they're doing unnecessary computation. So for me, it's enough if they, for example, just check the conditions every second. And because we're trading on higher time frames, right? D1 charts, it really doesn't matter. 1 second is enough. You could even do like check every 1 minute, theoretically. So let's just leave it 1 second. I think this is okay. Timothy Young, do you have a team that you work with? So I do have a team, yes, but they are not algorithmic traders. So one guy, he's actually helping me with Trading Labs development. So maybe I can show you guys what I am working on. So this is just a dev server. So all the apps that I'm coding are going to be shared on Trading Labs. So things like the MT5 account evaluator. So here you can upload your MT5 statement, and here you will find some interesting data about your trading. Here's some quick tutorial video how to work with it. So we're working on that. We have a spread comparator app, right? So this app is able to extract data from brokers, and it is comparing the spread at each point in time. So this is still in development, right? So none of it is done yet. The Monte Carlo simulator that I was coding last week is going to be here too. And also the market analysis dashboard, but this is not ready yet. So I have one guy who is my developer, and he's helping me get this done, and he will manage the apps. And I have a second guy who is a manual trader, and he is working, with the business administration and so on. So he's actually helping me, just get the business going. And then I have a graphic designer, right, who is doing the designs. So from the trading perspective, I'm pretty much alone, right? So I'm doing the coding, I'm doing the backtests. So thanks for a question. And guys, if you want to check it out, it's here, but it is not done yet, right? So this is just a quick, it is, as you can see, it's a development website. So I'm hoping to get it done, the first initial version by the end of this week. And yeah, hopefully you guys will appreciate it once it's done. But thanks for a question. Okay, let's go back to our train bot. So we have the sleep function. So let's just specify the symbol. So symbol is equal to US 500. Yes, please come in. Oh, I think someone knocked on the door. Marpost 24 looks promising. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I don't think yet, but promising is the right word. It's not done yet, of course. So symbol is US 500, and order type is equal to buy. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to create the trading logic. So what we can do is we can just type in the while loop. If datetime.now is greater or equal, and we also need to import datetime. So from datetime import datetime. So we need to find the first available trading day in November, and November is Friday. Sorry, I don't have the calendar here, but if you check, the first tradable day in November is 1st of November on a Friday. So we can do that. So if datetime.date now is greater than datetime, so 2024 November 1st, and I want to open the trade after the open of the US market session. So now we're working in the time zone of my local PC. So it would be 14:30. Yeah, it would be 14:30. So I would open it 14, maybe 35, right? So usually during market open, the market is very volatile. You get slippages. The spread is a bit larger, and let's just open it, a bit later. Okay. So if this condition is true, we can use send market order. And then we add the symbol, we add the order type, and we need to add the volume. Oh no, wait a second. That's why the documentation is important, because I need to know the exact sequence of the input. So it's symbol, volume, then order type, right? So these are the parameters, and that's why documentation is important. Or I could make something like keyword parameters, right? So symbols equal to, volumes equal to, and I think that might actually be better because sometimes I don't remember the order of, if it's volume first or order type first. But yeah, me changing that would crash all the historical apps or, all the backtests I made in the past. So for now, let's just add the volume. And for volume, let's just, do it one contract. Remember, we need to use floats in MT5. This is something, we have to be very careful with the data types that we're providing. And no stop loss, no take profits. We're just holding that trade. So if this condition is true, we are buying. And then, so here we have entry logic, right? So this is a logic to enter the trade. And then here we have exit logic. And so for exit logic, what we have is if datetime dot now is greater than December, right? So if time is greater in December, and again we want to open in December, maybe during the same time, that shouldn't be a problem. We just close all positions, okay? So we close all positions and we specify all. And I think another thing that we could do is provide a magic. So a magic number is just a unique identifier for a strategy. I'm just using magic 20. So this way I can run multiple strategies on the same platform without them interfering. So if I just specify magic 20 and I also specify magic 20 here, or just use the variable that I used here, that way it will just affect all trades that have the magic number 20. I guess this was very simple, right? So this was very simple, and yeah, this trading bot should be working. So what we can do is, in 1 month, or if I find some other strategies sooner, we can deploy these strategies, using this trading bot, so you guys actually see, a live example how it's going to work, right? And because I am going to trade, at 14:35 in the afternoon, most of you guys who are watching the stream can actually see the live happening. So I will schedule that, ahead of time. Okay, so I think we went through, everything I wanted to cover today. Most of the time I'm going to stream just for 1 hour, right? So thank you guys, who have joined the stream. And I think I'm going to stream again tomorrow. So I'm going to work on some other strategies. So now we've covered, for most part, we have 3 swing trading strategies going on, right? And so if we go back, let's just do a quick summary. So I'm just going to do market analysis. And here I'm just going to provide a list of ongoing strategies that we're currently trading now. So, it's good to have a system. So here we have the strategy, and let's just add some note, right? So currently, what strategies are we trading at the moment? So currently we have our US 100 trading bot that we've made. US 100 trading bot. Or more like a market moment. So this one's trading on our account. So far it has made a profit, and maybe I should, maybe create a dashboard where I show the individual performance of each strategy, so we can actually, categorize the performance by the strategy. Now we have BTC long October going on. Then we have S&P 500. Most likely, I still have to, do some, tests, double checks, and so on. But so far, S&P 500 long November, and then we're going to let's look in December. most likely we're going to go long XUSD, right? Gold looks like a trade. Okay, holding strategy. So XUSD long December. So this is an intraday scalping bot basically, right? Because it only holds the trade for not really scalping. Let's just call it intraday trading bot. So this is an intraday strategy. This is more of like a swing trade, right? Which lasts for a month. So this is a swing trading strategy. And now because we have like three swing trading strategies going on, Timothy, yes, do as much as you can live or over Zoom call. You like live. Okay, great. Thank you for that feedback. So we have one trading strategy, three swing trading strategies. I also have an investment account, right? So I'm actually also actively investing into. Currently, I am investing into the US Tech ETF. No, not sorry, the DE Tech, so the German Technological Stock Index, and then I'm also invested in the Nasdaq. So I have also an investment portfolio, but that is not, the main topic of, algorithmic trading. But, in my past streams, I also, provide some backtest on buy and hold strategies. So I believe that, I'm also a firm believer in buy and hold, and this is something, extra besides the long-term investing. So I believe that maybe now that we have like three long-term strategies, so we basically always have exposure until the end of the year. What we can do is we can maybe go back and maybe look more into some intraday setups, breakouts, highs, lows, momentum, whatever it is, because yeah, now I think I just want to balance out the strategies and maybe have some more action, right? Because right now you see just a single Bitcoin trade, and having a bit more action is more exciting for everyone. But of course, we're not doing it for excitement, we're doing it for money. So of course, everything that we're doing here must be done responsibly and with some form of analysis, backtest research, and so on. Okay, so here I have written some files. So this is a very simple spreadsheet that I'm going to use from now on. So what else should I do? All right, Marvel74. Yesterday you texted, with the stream schedule, and Timothy, right? You also are interested in stream schedule. So now that you guys are here, so I think we can discuss that. Where is the best place to put a stream schedule? Maybe in Discord. Yeah, Discord isn't actually bad, but yeah, let's just put it on Discord. Maybe I can put it on my website, but most of you guys, do all of you guys use Discord actively, right? So I think Discord shouldn't be that bad. So I'm just going to create a section on Discord on ATJ Traders, and I'm going to create a new information tab called stream schedule. Okay, so I've created this, I created a tab stream schedule, and I'm just going to link the stream schedule to this application. So here, and maybe I should work on my So I think it's going to be a very simple one, and let's do like this. So here we have the stream schedule. So I'm going to stream tomorrow. So tomorrow's this. Oh wait, I'm sorry guys, tomorrow I don't have any time because I have some offline meeting. So I'll be not available for lunch, but the day after that, I'll have time. So I'm going to schedule a stream on Thursday, right? So on Thursday, I'm going to stream. So topics are algo trading, coding, backtesting. Similar to today, right? So I'm going to share this file with the public, so anyone who has the link can visit that. So here we have the stream schedule, and I'm going to share this current file on the Discord channel. Okay, so here I'm going to post the stream schedule, and let's see if it works. I'm going to click on that, and it is here. Okay. Okay, great. So now we have created the stream schedule. And so again, I mentioned that on Wednesday I don't have time, so it's going to be on the 3rd October 2024. So we just do algo trading, coding, backtesting. So let me guys know what, maybe what you'd like to see, and it will be very similar to today. And yeah, so I'm going to stream more often. I'm going to do, these backtests. So apologies if I'm not gonna explain too much. So if any of you guys are more interested in that rather than me teaching you guys, I think the better way to do it is maybe I should just focus on the beginner course, right? So we have courses for beginner Python, for backtest algo trading. So if anyone wants you to learn, right, what I'm doing here, I think the courses are actually a better thing, and we can use these live streams more to actually be more engaged into the actual trading, right? So we'll be focused more on the backtesting trading part. And also, I'm going to work on training labs, right? So sometimes, remember, right? So here, for example, the market analysis app. So on some days, instead of doing algo trading and backtesting, we might also have a day dedicated to training labs, right? So we will be coding some apps together. We'll be doing some APIs, some applications. So I also, would like to teach you or show you guys how these apps are made, and I think this also helps us with trading overall, because thanks to this market analysis app, it's a tool that allows us to create these strategies. And so I think, yeah, we have these two types of topics going on. Friday, unfortunately, I don't stream because Friday I already have something going on. So maybe I can also dedicate some time on Monday, right? So let's do Monday 7th October 2024. We'll have the trading labs topic. Okay. And I'm thinking, yeah, if any of you want more like a let's say more like some educational video, right? Maybe you guys can maybe propose a topic, because I have made the simple topics such as coding, SMA bots, Bollinger bots, basic backtest and so on. I've done that many times in the past. I don't know if there are a lot of new viewers, so if any of you guys would like to a refresh on a certain topic, we could also make educational content on a topic, right? And that is actually just up to you guys, what you'd like to propose. So maybe we could create something like a poll where you know, just propose your ideas. And if this is a topic that I'm able to explain, cover, and that I myself understand, we could also have some education content on certain topics. But for now, let's just schedule Thursday, algo trading, coding, backtesting like today. Monday 7th will be trading labs, and we'll be coding our trading apps on our dashboard. Okay, so thank you everyone for attending the stream. Today was very fun. Thank you for enjoying the music as well. So this is something new that I was experimenting with, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. So have fun, guys, and see you soon. Bye bye.